And so, to begin, we'll take a restorative child's pose. And for this, we'll bring our legs together. If you want to bring a blanket underneath the tops of the ankles and the feet, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, bring the knees into parallel, and we'll gently just fold over the legs. You can reach the arms out long on the mat if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, let's take the hands back, palms to sky, and rest on the forehead. Bring the forehead all the way down to the mat. Curling the body into a ball. And as we do so, we'll start to connect to this grounding sensation. This will be a really nice, slow, gentle practice together this morning. And use this restorative child almost like the fetal position. Just folding the body over the legs. And allowing attention and awareness to draw deeper in towards the self. Let the shoulders drape down as you open up through the backs of the shoulder blades. So you lengthen through the lower portion of the spine. Maybe just guide the head side to side, massaging the forehead. See how that feels. And then coming back to neutral. As you draw the inhales through the nose, let the exhales drape the shoulders just a little bit closer towards the mat. And then from where you are, slowly bring the hands under the shoulder. We'll lift the chest to an upright space. We're going to stay on the knees here. If it's more comfortable to come to the sit bones, you're welcome to. We'll take an inhale breath, reach the arms overhead. And then exhale, reach through the fingers, bring them back down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale. On this 3rd time, we'll exhale, bring the arms around, take the right arm underneath and wrap yourself in an embrace. Take a minute, wriggle the fingers, see if you can get into the edges of the shoulder blades. And just notice how it feels to give yourself a nice hug. On that next inhale, release the fingers. Sweep them up and over. Again, exhale, bring them down towards the sides of the body. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. This time, sweep them up and over. And then the left arm comes underneath. Wrap yourself in love again. Wiggle the fingers as far behind you as possible. And just feel this connection. release the arms. Inhale. Bring the palms together, draw them down in front of the heart. Exhale. And if you're on the knees, let's come to seated. You can bring a blanket or a bolster underneath the hips to just adjust, if need be, at a little elevation. So find a comfortable seat, however that may look for you. And then we'll just bring the palms to the top of the knees and we'll find a seated cat-cow. So we'll use the connection between the palms and the knees. As you open through the chest, draw back through the shoulders, lift through the gaze, and then draw the belly towards the back body, round through the shoulders, draping them just like in child's pose. Send the gaze down towards the feet. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, curl and contract. And we'll flow like this. Just using your own breath, your own rhythm to guide you. And then come to center, lift through the crown. Let's begin to roll around the spine. Walking into all four corners of the body. Rolling one way, and then slowly reversing the flow. All the way back to neutral. Let's just lift the shoulders towards the ears. Really over-exaggerate this motion. Squeeze them all the way up. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale. Drop them down and back. Beautiful. Bring that right arm forwards. Flex through the heel of the palm. With the left hand, reach fingers to fingers. And then draw those right fingers towards the body. So we're finding a deep stretch in the right underarm. And then from there, we'll take the opposite. Fold at the wrist, turn the palm towards you, gentle pressure through the left hand, and then open through the top of this right wrist, top of the right forearm. If at any point you become uncomfortable in the way you're seated, please feel free to adjust and move, find a new shape. And then we'll take this right arm across the body, use that left arm, hug, and we'll open through the tops of the shoulder. Try to remain active in the belly, just engaging through the core to find length in the spine. And then release the arm. Take the right arm to sky. We'll bend at the elbow and draw the right hand behind the neck or the tops of the shoulders. Use that left palm to connect with the elbow. Gentle pressure. We're not pulling or tugging, just gently inviting the arm to lengthen. We're creating this nice length down the right side of the body. We're still anchoring through the sits bones. If you feel the hip creases gripping or tightening, take an inhale. Send some awareness into those spaces, and with the exhale, try and soften. And then slowly bring that left hand down to the left side. Release the right arm to sky. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, side body stretch. Open through the lifted shoulder, maybe even turn the gaze to that lifted hand. And then inhale, reach right hand to sky. We'll cross the body, right hand comes to the left knee. Left hand, fingertips behind the sacrum. Inhale, exhale, twist. And then slowly inhale, breathe both arms overhead. And then exhale, bring that left hand to the left side or the right side of the head. Bring that right hand down to the ground. We'll draw the left ear to left shoulder and we'll open up this right side of the neck. And the left hand can stay on top, or if you'd like, take the left arm across and begin to give yourself just a gentle massage through that side of the neck. Walking into the top of the shoulder, the back of the shoulder. Maybe just staying and walking a little longer if you find any knots, any tight places. And then bring that left hand to the left side of the head and use the hand to bring the head back to neutral. Release both hands on top of the knees. Take an inhale, breathe shoulders towards the ears. Exhale, bring them back and down. Perfect. Let's move to that second side. Bring that left arm forward, flex with the heel of the palm. Right fingers meet the left fingers and just stretch the underarm on the left side, the bottom of the wrist, back of the forearm. And then we'll turn the palm towards the body again, gentle pressure. Let's stretch out the top of the wrist, top of the forearm. And then release the arm. The left arm comes across the body. The right arm hooks at the elbow. We'll open through the top of the shoulder. Stay connected to the breath, those big inhales, long exhales through the nose, lips sealed, Ujjayi style breath. And then release this left arm, breathe it up and over. Bend at the elbow, bring the hand behind the body, reach the right arm up again, gentle pressure, lengthen. You can also use the back of the head to push gently into the crook of the arm and open a bit further. And then release the right hand down to the right side, rest on the fingertips. Breathe, inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, reach over. Side body stretch. Again, open through the top shoulder. Maybe the gaze can lift as well. And then inhale, reach fingers to sky. Let's take a twist. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist. And And then unwind from the twist. Inhale. Bring that right hand to the left side of the head. Left hand reaches down. We'll gently guide right ear to right shoulder, opening through the left side. This right hand can rest on the top of the head, or you can take it across the body and begin to massage the second side. And then bring the right hand to the right side of the head. Use that hand to lift the gaze. Perfect. Take a deep breath in. Inhale. Let's find all fours. Shift the weight. Coming onto all fours. If you'd like, you can bring a blanket under the knees. Actually, I'm going to grab my blanket. Let's add some extra cushion to the knees here. And we'll find our way to all fours. Just shifting the weight for a moment, really taking our time with everything we do today. Mindfully sensing through the body, listening to what the body needs and how we can accommodate the body. And then we'll create these circles. So we'll draw the chest down, breathe into the right side, shift the weight back, and then slink the hips to the left, roll forward, maybe shoulders even shift in front of the wrists. And then we'll try again, rolling around. It can be a big movement, it can be a small movement, it's entirely up to you. Well, let's change up the flow, shifting, moving in the opposite way. Then we'll come back to neutral. Untuck the toes, bring the hands to blocks. Keep them on the ground, maybe even forearms if the wrists are sticky or tired. We'll inhale, release the right leg back. Flex through the foot. As you exhale, contract, push the palms into the ground. Bring the knee towards the chest. And then inhale, reach it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Mindful movement, really slow, using the breath to fill out the movement. There's no rush here. And then on this next time, send that right leg back. Bring the toes down to the ground, still tucked. Shift the weight back into the heel of the right foot, and we'll take a big stretch. On an inhale, shift forward. Bring that right knee back underneath the right hip. Right arm lifts. Take an inhale. Thread the needle, right arm sweeps underneath. We'll come down to that right shoulder. Let's maybe take the left hand behind and reach it towards the top of the right thigh. If there's another expression or variation you'd like, please feel free to practice that. We're just drawing the weight into that right shoulder, opening through the front of the shoulder, the back of the shoulder blade, taking those deep breaths. And then release that left hand down, push into the left palm, take an inhale, sweep the right arm up, and then exhale, right hand to the ground. Take a moment, reset, ready for the second side. On an inhale, send that left leg back, reach through the sole of the foot, knee to nose, push into the palm, wrap, create space underneath the front body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull into the midline. Pausing on this next inhale. Left toes come down to the ground. Shift the weight back into the heel of that left foot. Find a big stretch down the back of the left hamstring. And then shift forwards. Bring that left knee underneath the left hip. Thread the needle on the left side. Inhale, left arm lifts. Sweep it underneath. Release the breath. If it feels okay, release the right arm towards the top of the left thigh. Keep breathing. And then release the right hand to the mat. Big push into the right palm. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, down dog. Again, take a minute. Neutralize the spine maybe. Roll the head side to side. Dropping crown of the head down to the ground. Notice if any tension or tightness made its way into the neck space or the jaw. And then back to all fours, tuck the toes, take an inhale. Let's flow to down dog. Exhale, roll the body back. Bending the knees as much as you need. Just begin to explore down dog. And the heels never need to be on the earth, they can always be lifted. We're just looking for length in the back of the legs, length in the spine, and a triangular-like shape with the body. Take a few minutes to play, to move, to connect with breath. And then glance between the hands, lift onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, walk to the top of the mat. From there, glide the fingers along the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hang heavy. Let's take that 2 more times. Inhale. Reach out through the crown of the head. Find that length in the spine. Exhale, fold inwards. 1 more time. Inhale. And then exhale. We'll come to chair, bring the tailbone down, firm through the top of the thighs, begin to reach through the crown of the head, sweep the arms forward, and then pull the shoulders back and away from the ears. Push into the feet. Feel the inner thighs connect, draw up through the pelvic floor. Soften a little through the chest. And then push into the feet. Inhale, big breath. Hands lift, palms connect. Exhale, bring them down in front of the chest. Inhale, release the arms to sky. We'll find an eagle on the right. Bring the right hand down and around. We'll wrap towards eagle. We'll take eagle for a moment. Send the shoulders down, firm through the front of the belly. Feel that length, that energy through the legs. Take a gentle micro bend in the knees, and we'll slowly, as if painting a circle with the elbows, begin to draw the elbows around, down, up and over. And then the other way. Back to neutral. Push into the feet, take a deep breath. Fingers reach, and then bring the hands behind the back and interlace the fingers in the habitual way. Draw the hands down and away, open the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you just peel the chest open. The gaze can stay neutral. For a deeper stretch, maybe even lifting the gaze. And then bring the gaze back to neutral. If lifted, draw the belly in, release the arms, inhale. Forward fold, exhale, drape the body over the legs. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale. We'll roll through the spine all the way to standing. Taking our time. And then setting shoulders down and back. Back to mountain pose. Inhale, lift the arms. Eagle on the left, this time the left arm comes underneath and wraps. Slight bend in the knees, lift in the spine. And we'll start those circles with the elbow. Using the elbows to paint the circles in one way. Maybe for about 4 rotations, and then shifting in the opposite way. And back to neutral. Take an inhale, sweep. And then hands behind the back in the unfamiliar way, the opposite way. Take a minute to find that kind of awkward interlace. And then work the shoulders back, open the chest. Peel the heart open. And then slowly release the arms, big breath in. Let's fold forwards over the legs. Halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale. Let's step the right leg back. Right knee comes to the mat or to the blanket. You can reach for blocks here. Or you can have the hands rested on the ground. We'll draw that navel in and we'll begin to lengthen and lift the chest. So we're opening through the top of that right hip flexor. You may need to adjust the left foot forward to find the edge. Again, send the shoulders back and down, open the chest. Take some big breaths. And slowly on an exhale, begin to bring the hands to the ground. Lift that right knee back, up, full runners lunge. We're going to take a big step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, right foot meets the left. Inhale, lengthen, and then bend the knees, plant the hands, left leg steps back. Left knee comes to the mat or the blanket. Maybe reach for blocks. Draw belly in and then lift the chest, lift the gaze. Second side, make those small adjustments as needed. Open through this hip flexor. Reach through the back of the leg. Big breaths. And then on an exhale, bring the hands back down. Fingertips or palms pick up the back leg. This time we're going to step it back to down dog. You can push into the hands, lift the hips, begin to inch that right foot back, eventually come to down dog. Take a moment to downward facing dog. And then shift the weight forwards to high plank. And then we'll lower the knees. Keep lengthened, hug the elbows into the body. Chin and chest draw down to the earth. Chaturanga.
I found this on the web.
Hit my phone, so I hit my watch, sorry. And then untuck the toes. Push into the feet, lift the chest. And take a cobra stretch. Elbows can be bent, but they're hugging into that outer rib. And let's just take the gaze side to side. Release the tension in the head and the neck. Maybe roll chin towards the chest and then lift. And then lower the chest back down. Retuck the toes. Push into the palms. We'll come to a child's knees, shift wide, big toes together. Set the bottom back and take a child's pose. Forehead can rest on the ground again. If you'd like to massage the forehead once more, you can, just taking it side to side. We'll take some big breaths. Come back to that same sensation, that same feeling we created in the beginning of practice, that grounding, drawing the chest towards the earth, feeling lightness through the back body and length, but at the same time feeling this contraction, this hugging in and grounding, this weightedness. And playing in that space that is between the both. Two more breaths, just as you are. And then lift the chest, begin to walk the hands towards the body, reset the legs to neutral. Shift off the hips and we'll come to downward facing dog. If you want, you can move the blanket to the side so that the mat is free as we play now, transitioning to warrior one. On an inhale, sweep the right leg up towards the sky. Step it forward, warrior one. You can use this right hand to assist bringing the right leg forward. The left foot will wrap about 45 degrees, turning the left toes out. Right knee is bent. Begin to lift the chest. Draw the right hip back and the left hip wraps. If you feel any twinging or pain in the knee, take the left foot, step it out to the left side of the mat. Find some more space in the hips and then rotate. Release the arms to sky. Take a deep breath. And then shoulders come down and away from the ears. You can breathe the arms wide. If it feels too tense and tight like this, just take a wider stance with the arms. Again, feel that length, that opening across the top of the hip, across the chest. And then we'll inhale, reach the fingers towards the ceiling. Exhale, take the right underneath the left, and we're wrapping ourselves again, giving ourselves a hug. Take a minute to work the fingers as far behind you as you can. Keep that right knee bent over the right ankle, gaze forward. We'll inhale, wrap down through the edge of that left foot. We'll take a humble warrior variation. I'm drawing my chest over and down, and my right, or the edge of my right shoulder is kind of coming towards the inner crease of that right leg. We may not get all the way down, that's okay. We're just guiding the body there. Draping the body over the legs once more. And then slowly really use the inner thighs, hug them together, fire up the legs, and then take a deep breath. Draw the belly in, lift the chest, and release the arms. Inhale. And then bring the hands to chest. Exhale. Set the gaze in front of that right foot. We're going to play with balance. Adjust the back foot. So now we'll go from warrior one to crescent lunge. So I've come onto the ball of that left foot, and I'm wrapping both hips forward, neutralizing. Both legs are parallel. You can prep two blocks at the top of the mat. You can hover, or you can reach the hands to the ground. We're just gonna not overthink, we're just gonna shift and move. Take an inhale. Exhale, push off the back leg. Flex through that foot. Hands can stay at heart. You can bring hands to a block. You can bring hands to the earth. But we're looking for this long line through the heel of the foot, along the spine, and out the crown of the head. Send the gaze down to the ground so that you're, instead of crunching the neck and creasing it, keeping it nice and long. Two more breaths here. You can bend this right knee to add some more support and stabilize. What we don't want is to hyperextend, so we always want to keep that tiny, tiny pinch of bend. And then we're going to bend this right knee deeper, step that left foot back. Breathe the arms to sky. Inhale, nice work. Exhale, draw the hands down and around, framing that right foot. And then we're finding down dog. Slowly lift the hips, bring that right foot back, and we're in downward facing dog. Take a minute, walk the dog, adjust. Notice the sensation in the right leg. And then we're ready for that second side. Big breath in, sweep the left leg up and back. And then step it forward slowly. Again, if it only gets here, use that left hand to help bring that left foot forwards. Turn the right toes out. No rush. Breathing all the way there. Lift the chest, sweep the arms. And then again, if you feel tightness here, if you feel it in the knee, maybe take that back foot, that right foot to the right edge of the mat a little bit more. And then bring that right hip forwards. Bend into that front knee. Stabilize and then release the arms. The arms can stay on the hips the whole time. Just looking for this wrap, this length. Inhale, reach up and out through the hips. Left arm comes under this time. Give yourself a big hug once more. Wiggle the fingers back behind you. Fire up the legs, take a deep breath, and then slowly guide the chest forwards. Try and keep the length in the spine as you fold. Let the gaze look down towards the ground. Feel that heat, feel that strength you're building. And then begin to hug inner thighs towards one another. Use an inhale to lift the chest. And then release the arms. Bring that right foot. Face it forward, coming into a lunge. Sweep the arms overhead. And then pull them down to the heart. We've done this once. We're ready again. Warrior 3. Set the gaze. And then shift the weight. Kick up off the back leg. If you chose to prep blocks, maybe find hands on blocks again. Maybe it's palms, maybe it's tips of the fingers. Tiny bit of bend in that left knee, or a deeper bend depending on how you feel. Long line through the back body, out through the crown of the head. This right hip breaths down towards the ground, and I'm flexing through the sole of the right foot. 2 more breaths here. You can do it. And then bend that left knee, reach the toes back. Take an inhale, sweep. And then exhale, draw the hands down, frame that left foot. Lift the hips, begin to work that left foot back, down facing dog. Take a moment, down dog. And then roll onto the balls of the feet, bring the knees down to the ground. And let's come to a seated space. And I'll move these blocks out of the way for a minute. We'll come all the way to the sit bones. If you'd like, you can slide a blanket underneath there. We'll open the feet. And I'm going to take this left hand and my right foot, and I'm going to lace my fingers in between the spaces of each toe. So I'll bring my pinky finger in between the pinky toe and the next toe, and so on. Just like we interlace the hands, but I'm interlacing my fingers between the spaces and the toes. It may feel quite intense, may feel very strange and awkward, but again, just noticing the sensation. I'll bring that left foot closer to the body, and then I'll use this right hand to hold the right ankle. With my left hand, I'm going to be creating circles. So I'm rolling the ankle at the same time, stretching the toes. Both directions, as always, just rolling one way and then the opposite way. And then I'll use this left hand to stretch, pushing knuckles into the toes, reaching through the ball of the foot. And then slowly release and bring that leg down. I'll draw this left heel towards the outer right glute and cross right leg on top. Find that length in the spine, and I'll take the left arm to hug the right leg in towards the chest, right hand behind. Inhale, length. Exhale, twist. And I'm also feeling a stretch along this outer right glute here too. And then gently beginning to unwind. I'll reach the hand behind, uncross the legs, bring that right leg down and in, left leg in front. Now my right hand comes to the left foot and I'll interlace the fingers in between the toes. And then I'll use this left hand to hold the left ankle. I'm going to roll the ankle. Then I'm going to push the knuckles into the tops of the toes, open through the ball of the foot, the underneath of the toes. And then I'll release the fingers from the foot. Draw that right heel towards the outer left glute. Left leg crosses. Take a moment to readjust, resituate, and then use that right hand across top of the left leg. Left hand behind. Inhale, big breath. And then twist. Exhale, release the breath. And gently begin to unwind. Release that left leg. Bring soles of the feet together. We'll open the knees. The heels can be wide, far away from the body or closer to the body for a more intense stretch. You can hold the feet like you're opening a book, or if you'd like, you can interlace the fingers and scoop underneath pinky side of the feet, whichever feels best for your body. Take an inhale. Let's bend at the elbows. Let's fold over the legs. Gaze shifts towards the earth. Big breaths as you round through the spine. Open through the hips. Again, not pulling, not forcing the body anywhere it doesn't want to go. Just softening. Just bringing the body, surrendering the body over the legs. And then let gravity do the rest of the work. Navel comes towards the front of the spine as you roll all the way to seated. Let's bring the hands to the outer thighs so we can guide the knees to parallel. And we'll windshield wiper the legs. Just slowly float them one side to the opposite side. One more time. And then we'll come down to the ground. All the way to our back. Slowly roll the body onto the mat. And just take a moment. Let the spine neutralize. Let it lay long on the ground. And then keeping that left foot connected, bring the right knee towards the chest. We'll take the right foot to the sky, reach the right hand to the edge of the right foot for a half happy baby. Open the right hip and then wrap in and around the edge of the rib cage. Take a few big breaths. Keep that right hip open. We'll slowly slide the right ankle across the left thigh. We'll bring that right hand to the inner right thigh and gentle pressure. Just open that right thigh, that right hip. Maybe bring that left hand to the top of the left hip and walk it towards you. Feel this big stretch. And then slowly release. Reach the right foot towards the sky. Lengthen through the back of the leg. And then bend the knee. Bring that foot down to the ground. Ready for the second side. Bend the knee to chest. Reach the sole of the foot up. Left hand wraps the edge. Open the hip and then hug inner thigh to outer rib cage. This left ankle crosses the top of the right thigh. Left hand to the inner left thigh. Begin to gently open the hip. Traction the right hip back and down. Feel the stretch. And then slowly release. Lengthen that left leg. Flex through the foot. Let the right leg meet the left. Reach through the heels of both feet. Feel this big stretch down the back of the legs. And then point the toes. Bend the knees to chest. Give yourself a big hug. Take a full deep breath. And then we'll transition towards Shavasana. Your choice. How you wish to receive Shavasana today. Guiding the body into a really restorative space and shape. Closing the eyes, maybe reaching for props, maybe adjusting the music. And we'll just allow the body, the mind, and the breath to rest for the next few moments. Maybe the spine rounds, the chest opens. Maybe the ankles roll to the right and the left. Maybe the palms turn to sky. Just allowing the breath to ease in and out. And if thoughts of whatever you have to do in the rest of the day or after the class come into the mind, just see if you can put them to one side and stay in the present moment, enjoying this stillness, this quiet, this peace, this rest. And gently, as you begin to bring more awareness to the breath and the knees, placing the feet down on the ground. Let's just slowly sway the knees to the right and the left. And bring the knees to chest. Maybe find some more circles with the knees. Now we'll take the next few moments to bring ourselves back to a seated space. And choosing to rest on one side on the way if you'd like. Eventually coming to seated. We'll take 3 rolls of the shoulders, drawing the breath through the nose, sighing the breath through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Release the breath. One more time. Let's bring the hands to heart. Set the gaze at the top of the fingers. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. Thank you for allowing me to just be a small part of your day. With love, with light, with gratitude. Namaste. Thank you.